Today we're working on a 2006 BMW M5, doing an AC evaporator core. This is going to be a installing video because we already took everything out. Didn't have enough time to record, but I'll definitely help you out where it goes and everything like that. So the AC core goes right behind here, which you gotta take everything out. That's the last step right there, and then you gotta go on the outside of it, which then you gotta open up for. Due to this is an M5, you had to take out all the manifold gaskets, which are right there, but those are the hoses we're connecting now to get the exterior done, and then we can just work on the interior. Again, this might be different for your 5 Series, but this is being the M5, it might require additional work, stuff like that, but should be the same process for any 5 Series for E60. So when you take your AC core out and put this back in, this should be like this. All the wiring should be taken out. After this, we're going to install this, which is, I believe, the chassis, or the frame. So there should be bolts around all of it. I should be pointing them out as we put them in there. Before you need to put on the main frame, you need to take off these parts right here, here, on the side. Take off here in order to get to that part. Once you get these on, make sure you follow the wires down there to the right here, and then tighten the bolts here, down here, inside there. Same thing on the other side, and then also on the side here. Once you get the chassis on, you can go ahead and put the heads-up display. Like I said, if your car doesn't have that, then you can just skip this step here. After you put the chassis on, make sure you put the fuse box. There's just 4 bolts here, here, and here's right here. That's it. Make sure when you got the wires ready, double check everything, because I already had my third mistake actually. And then once you get that, make sure you put your airbag on and get the sensor right on here, and that's it. And next up is the whole iDrive. Make sure before you put on the actual head display, all the plastic stuff, make sure you also get these in there too, because we were about to put on there and I just saw back there we're missing. So come on both sides, 2 screws here and down here, and the same thing on that one, but that one has a middle one right in the middle. That's it. Progress. Another big thing is also make sure your wiring's correct, like up here and down here first before you put on the big old display, because then you can put it back and forth with the wiring. So make sure you do that. Once you start putting on the front of the face, just make sure to follow the cord. Once you get this going, just make sure to follow the cords. Get the connections right to get the cables going. Start tying the bolts in. Right there. Other places right now. Welcome back. This is our day 2 working on this car. 2006 BMW M5 or any 5 Series. To access to the AC core. Seems like we got some progress done. Our mechanic was working it while I left, but seems to be what he did is just put the speedometer on, the screen on, and start putting this cage on, and I believe he's working right now underneath, getting the wires fixed up and plugged in, all ready to go. That's it. Another thing you need to do before you need to take off the thing physically, you need to take off this. For this being an M5, you need to take off the whole valve cover gasket where these right there, which here are ass to take off. But once you take that off, you need to take off all the windshield wiper blades, which are these up here. Access this right here. Remove these bolts right here. And right before this is right there, the 2 hoses, which you can kind of see them right there. Those 2, but they are a while to get here. Again, this is an 18-hour job, so this is not going to be an 18-hour video. It's just going to be a quick description of what to take off and what to do. That's it. When you start following your wires, just make sure you start installing correctly. Put in the glove department and this right here. It was not necessary to take off the thing that was underneath, but just for safety, just for the first time doing this, we just took it out just in case. And just keep on the wires, stuff like that. Slow and steady wins the race, like I said, because this is a lot of work, a lot of cables you don't want to be forgetting coming back to do. Okay, once you get that going on, you're gonna put the middle console in. You got 2 bolts in the back, which just comes with 2 wires here, a wire here, should be 3 wires here. And then if you want to take this off, there's 2 clips down here, right underneath, and then there's a plug in here. Take that off. There should be 2 10mm bolts, I believe. Take that off, and then you'll be able to open this up. But also, when you get that done, you got 2 bolts here, 1 here, the same thing on the other side. As soon as you get that on, you can go ahead and tighten these up, and then also you can start putting on your harness, your cover for this. Make sure you follow the wires for here, here, and back there too. Make sure they're not getting squished by nothing else, just that. Once you get this, if you don't have an M5, then you ain't gotta worry about so much cables. It should be 1 cable. If it is an M5, then you gotta run all these cables too. Also, this has a built-in police detector in here, so we have to follow that wire too back in there, unfortunately. But there we go. We almost got it up running. Got the face almost done. See what's next. Once you get that going, just keep following your wires. Plug them in right here. Like I said, after this, when you take this off, when you're putting on, there's 2 bolts here and here. And then once you put your case on for your radio, start from your bottom to top. That's what I do. Make sure you put the inside here first, like a little gap like this. Plug it in like this into there. Get 2 bolts here, and then do not tighten these up real quickly because another thing goes there before you put on that. So that's it. Just run your wires correctly. You should have 4 wires up here, 3 for the AC and 1 for the emergency lights, and that's it. Just keep wiring around. So once you get that in, just make sure you put all this in. The clips here, follow the wires here, and then make sure you do this. Get the bolts in here. Next up is a steering wheel. Make sure you get the clips going back here. These here, these back here. This is how to take off the steering wheel for a BMW 5 Series. This is particularly M5, but it should be the same thing for any 5 Series. What you'll need is a flathead screwdriver and this little button in here. Where's it at? Down here. Which you put it in there for you. A little gap there. See? When you put it in, you're gonna put it in like so, like this. So you put it in here. You see pressure, and if you put it flat, you'll just go right through it. So if you put it horizontal, I believe, you see the stretch goes out. Like that, just like that. It's easier to use a flathead. If you just go straight up, then you'll just miss it. Go like this, you mess with it, you'll start feeling the little spring. Like I said, go in flat and then switch it up, and then just find the tension, and that's it. So once you get those things tightened up, just make sure you plug in your steering wheel and just push it in, and just go around slowly pushing it. Just make sure you get all those clips. After that, you go underneath, do the same thing, bolts over there, down there, up here, and that's it. And next up is get everything cleaned out, all the tools, get the test fire going, make sure everything's plugged in and going. Once you get everything back together, just make sure you start taking off all the Freon from your car, which we got our old school here machine doing that. And some missing liquids, and there she go. We got the battery just charging too, because I guess you left the light on and it just charged going in and out with the battery. So make sure you get that too. If you don't have that, then don't worry about it. You should be good to go. Once you finish the interior, it's gonna look like this. Like I said, it's a lot of steps to get this process, so just take your time. 18-hour job, so just take your time. It should get the job done correctly. If you got some missing screws, I would just say you probably missed something small, but everything seems to be working out. I wouldn't really too worry about it, but you should. But like I said, just keep looking at it, double check your work, and it should be good to go.